Hi Tim, here's another one. This video is on how semen retention will help you or will make you more presciently level up your entire being. It is asking you to completely change your identity for the better. And that is why it's so goddamn difficult for many people out there to really hold the seed and be a long-term retainer. Now, I was just talking with a client of mine around this very idea. And there's a difference between doing semen retention and embodying it as an identity, as a lifestyle choice out there. And I think where I went wrong, and maybe many other people when they start this thing, it's like, oh, I'm doing this semen retention, maybe like they're doing a meditation practice. I'm doing meditation, or I'm doing my job, or I'm doing some exercise. I'm just doing it, doing it. But I think the real transformational power lies in when you start to embody it as a lifestyle tool, as a lifestyle way to be. And I think that energy, for me at least, from my experiential experience and from what I've seen from other men as well, is that it's asking you to be a much better, much more clearer, much higher person, we could say, of yourself. It's asking you to change the very fabric of your identity and your very being on this earth, to raise it to another level. You could say another frequency or another dimension if you're into that 3D, 4D, 5D stuff. Or just to really tap into your best self, maybe as a more grounded term to have. And I think, or I see for myself, is that with my own process of undoing a lot of sexuality, sexual lust, lustoholicking, lusting a lot, the energy was asking me to step into my full power as a man, my full power as a human. And it had to go through a lot of cleansing, a huge cleansing process. And some of the stuff I had to cleanse was, first of all, and most obviously primarily, was dependency on PMO, poor masturbation orgasm. It was asking me to heal some old traumas that had not been healed, some old wounding that had still not been healed. It had been asking me to heal and repair a full, happy relationship to myself. It had been asking me to repair my energetics on the earth, my vitality, how I appear on the earth, asking me to repair my consistency. No longer do I suffer from these ups and downs, these huge dips. There's still a little bit of ups and downs, but instead of being from here to here, it's now here to here. Like I feel much more level, clear, consistent. Now I've really harnessed or harnessing the power of semen retention. And I think a lot of men, it can be really challenge or scare off or shut down that need or that will to complete or be successful with semen retention, because they're not yet ready to really level up their entire being. And when I say leveling up, again, I mean your best self. Like, what are we leveling up? We're leveling up our vibration here, the way we be in the earth, the way we meet people, the way we work, the way we work out, do our exercise, the way we do or work with our spiritual life, our meditation, our chanting, our breath work, our ice bath. It's asking us to really step into the best version of ourselves. And I think it's a classic saying here: people are scared of their success. Like, people may be happy with a humdrum life of what they're doing, 9 to 5s, or okay business and okay relationship, it's fine, it's going on. But most people think and know that there is a way, a step up. They can step into literally their greatest self, but many don't. The matrix keeps us down in our traumas, in our wounding, in our 9 to 5s, in our mediocre or somewhat, a quiet happiness or an okay happiness. But I think there's much more people. This fear of success. Like, what are we really fearing? And I think for me, it was a fear to be seen. Like, even to do these YouTube videos, and I was doing my podcast for about a year. It took a lot of inner work, a lot of self-courage, a lot of self-determination, and a lot of work on myself to be able to stand clearly grounded and calmly in front of a computer and talk about quite intimate matters such as sex and sexuality, semen retention, and so forth. It's not like boom, overnight, yeah, I'm going to start talking about this on YouTube. It just suddenly grew into myself. Like, this is the kind of courage that I want to have when I'm speaking to the world, or really speaking to myself, looking on camera. And the retention's asked me, it's almost like retention. It's kind of like being with a really good, confident or trusted advisor or concierge, you could say. Let's say trusted advisor, but that trusted advisor is me. It's in my own head. It's like living with my own God in my own head. And that God is really rooting for me, is really telling me what to do. And I could take the advice, I could keep on going for it, I could make more love in my life and bring more creativity in, or I could say, no, I'm not ready for that. And maybe I want to ejaculate and release this tension that's building up there. Yeah, and I think fear of success shows itself in many different ways. It's not going for that promotion at work, not going for that lady that you fancy, not speaking to her, not growing your business big enough, not speaking out when you feel you should be, staying small, keeping your head below the parapet. I think anyone knows when they get into the coaching and self-development world, if they want to kind of bring these teachings to other people, they have to put their head above the parapet, so to speak. They have to be in social media if they want to get clients. They have to offer a really good service to their clients as well. Maybe they don't have to be on social media, maybe word of mouth. But I think in the beginning, it's good to be on social media. You're broadcasting your message, you're ministering to people in some way. And it can take a lot of courage to do that, to even get to that spot. A lot of new coaches, they come into the market and they might fall away after a year or 2 years or so of trying. And the ones that are resilient and strong enough to see through, they keep on going, and eventually, hopefully, they'll find some success. Yeah, so this retention, it's almost like it's a burn. It's like acid, like it's burning through all your negativity, all this scarcity, all the negative programming that you got, your negative beliefs, your traumas, your lack mentality or scarcity mentality in the world. It's burning through all those, and the burn doesn't happen immediately. Burn could happen for months and years. It's just kind of slowly growing that feeling of wholeness, of light, of integration, and in me, groundedness, presence, and clarity as well with the retention. And I think this is why I locked up. I was smoking weed here and then, bits of drink. Maybe I really barely drink these days. I maybe have a glass of wine once a month or so. Yeah, it's just, I was always kind of up and down and a bit drunk here and maybe smoke a spliff here. But now I just feel very settled and controlled, like about 95 to 98% sober in my life, and feel very happy for it as well. And the retention has asked me to do this. There's always kind of like these little minor addictions, you can call them like horrible life addictions, these little minor addictions. Just getting tick, a little bit of alcohol there, a little bit of weed, and eventually I just had to drop them all. Like the retention is the way. It's clear and clarifying. It's power. It's connecting to God, if you like, or don't like that. It's connecting to a meditative spirit, connecting to the energy, connecting to my healthiest sense of essence, which is clear, grounded, uplifting, fun, mischievous, cheeky, curious, that kind of essence. I think we all have our own particular essence. Joy will probably be a big part of it. So yeah, just wanted to jump in and share those thoughts on this. On the way semen retention will make you level up your entire game. If you're to be successful with semen retention, it is asking you to come into the best version of yourself. And then the question is, do you want to claim the ultimate prize of being the best version of yourself? Keep going, man. Lots of love. Bye, 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 bye.